A woman was shocked to find that the daughter she had adopted was actually the child of her husband and his secretary. What was even more shocking was that their husband and the secretary were legally married. She had been deceived for 6 years. It all started when the woman took her household registration book and marriage certificate to apply for documents for her daughter. However, the staff member told her that both her marriage certificate and household registration book were fake. At first, the woman thought there was a system error, since her husband had handled these documents himself. But the staff member further explained that the system showed the man's legal spouse was his secretary, and the daughter was their child. Only then did the woman realize the truth. 6 years ago, because the woman couldn't get pregnant, her husband brought a child back from an orphanage. The woman once thought the daughter was their hope to save their marriage and was determined to give the child the best life. But on the night they adopted the child, the baby cried non-stop. In a hurry, their husband brought his secretary home, saying the secretary had experience in taking care of children. Unexpectedly, the secretary only shook the baby gently a few times, and the baby fell asleep. The woman praised the secretary for being young but good at taking care of children. The secretary then revealed that she had a child too, but unfortunately, the child's father only loved his white moonlight, the woman he truly loved, and not her. At that time, the woman didn't pay attention to these words. Now looking back, there were clues everywhere. To find out why her husband had deceived her for years, the woman forced herself to go home. As soon as she entered the door, she heard her husband talking to his friend. Their husband shamelessly said he wanted both, the woman he had liked since high school, and the secretary who had given birth to his child. He couldn't let go of either. The woman could no longer hold on. She walked out of the house in a daze and called her grandfather, saying she wanted to go home. On the other end of the phone, the grandfather was very excited, thinking she had finally come to her senses. It turned out the woman was the daughter of a richest man, but to be with her husband, she had given up her identity against her family's opposition. The grandfather wanted to pick her up immediately, but the woman said she would go back after handling things here first. When she sorted out her mood and went home, their husband started pretending to be affectionate again. He hugged her tightly and cooked a table of dishes for her. Seeing his seemingly good attitude, the woman wanted to lay out the matter and talk about it properly. Just then, the secretary called suddenly. Their husband lied that there was something wrong with the company and got up to leave. The woman stopped him, wanting to give each other one last chance, but their husband still chose to lie and leave. The woman quietly followed her husband and found that he was going to the hospital to take care of the secretary, who was pregnant with their second child. Their husband took out a diamond ring and put it on the secretary's finger himself. Their sweet interaction made the woman's heart ache deeply. Their husband also told the secretary to remember to take off the ring when she was in front of the woman. The secretary pretended to be obedient and agreed. The next day, when the woman was packing her luggage, she saw the secretary openly post a provocative moments WeChat status in the photo. The husband, the secretary, and their daughter smiled brightly as a family, and they had gone to a parent-child restaurant together. The woman directly liked the post as a response. Soon, their husband made a video call to explain. Just as the woman was about to lose her temper, her daughter quietly blocked the ring on the secretary's hand. Only then did the woman realize that her daughter had already known the truth. She was the only one kept in the dark. After hanging up the call, she burned all the photos of her and her husband. On the other side, their husband was still playing with the secretary and their daughter. He had wanted to go home to accompany the woman, but the secretary asked their daughter to persuade him to stay. 3 days passed, and seeing that her husband still didn't come back, the woman was completely heartbroken. At that moment, their husband came home with a bouquet of roses, saying he had prepared a surprise for her. He took her to a carefully decorated venue. In the past, the woman would have been moved to tears, but now she only felt sick. Just as their husband was about to kiss her, the secretary came to the scene with their daughter. The daughter took out a bracelet as a gift for the woman, but the box clearly had the word gift with purchase printed on it, and the real one was being worn by the secretary. The woman could no longer hold back her grievance and turned around to leave. But their husband asked someone to carry a huge photo of him and her, with a frame made of diamonds, and gave it to her as a gift. The jealous secretary gave their daughter a look. The daughter then deliberately tripped the staff member carrying the photo frame. The heavy frame was about to fall. Their husband did not hesitate to protect their daughter, while the woman was hit by the frame and sent to the hospital.